Powering futures.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You've got used to one segment of Good Takes in the morning, but now there's a full show of Good Takes at night. Welcome into Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, welcome in to Raff's Good Take on Sports. There he is. Welcome to the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. All great ways to put a face to the voice. And good time to do so. We're debuting quite a few new shows here. We just wrapped up with Big Red Birdie. Shout out to Arden and Mackenzie. They'll be doing a show every Tuesday from 8 to 9 p.m. So if you're looking to polish up your golf tips, that'd be a good show to listen to. Raff, you might want to listen to that show.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be a title that would never be incorporated with me. Would be Big Red Birdies. It'd be more like Big Red Double Bogeys or
Big Red Shanks, maybe.
Yeah. I don't see many birdies. I mean, they're fun when they happen, but they're just not a consistent thing in my golf game. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm just going out there to have fun is what I tell myself. Because if I aim for birdies, I'm just going to be upset. That is the truest form of it. But no, that's a great show. It's good to have that one back. We used to have a show called Big Red Birdies with Megan Whitaker and Lindsay Teeley. And it was such a home run of a show idea because everyone around here golfs. Everyone's looking to get a few more polished tips on their golf game. And then you get a couple of Division I golfers talking about golf on a weekly basis. That one's going to work. I'll say that much, Chris Raff. So again, debut of that one. You go back on YouTube. Podcast probably will upload it. It's always a little bit weird with Spotify and Apple and when that thing actually goes through, especially when you're uploading it for the first time. But best way to do it, just go through YouTube, social media, our social media, 93.7 The Ticket, if you want to catch that new one. We also had James Green on Takedown Tuesdays, Nebraska wrestling assistant coach with Ridge Lovett. It's just been a good day, Raff. We also had 3 Husker baseball players in here for Weekly Disrupt with Mike Smith. Just a loaded Tuesday. And then, of course, Jalen Reyes as he's getting ready for Long Island University Friday as they are starting their postseason play in bracketology. Just what a loaded Tuesday. I guess that's all I'm trying to say here, Raff.
I like it. That's just, I don't know. It's just crazy to think of just if you love Nebraska sports, if you love sports in general, I mean, 93.7 The Ticket, I mean, it's the place for you. And being that it's not just all football, you've got, you're covering every sport, from volleyball to softball, to golf, to baseball, it's super cool to have that, and it's cool to see it flourish the way it has. Speaking of today, 8 years ago today, can you tell me what happened?
8 years was 2025.
So subtract 8 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what happened in 2017.
Are there any listeners that might know what happened 8 years ago today?
Championship?
Text in. Nope.
Is it Husker related?
Yes, it is.
8 years ago today, what would have happened on December 2nd?
2017.
Oh, Raff, you're killing me. What would be taking off right now? With football, I'm trying to think, but like football, think football. Scott Frost got hired?
Bingo. Well done, Harrison. I'm proud of you.
That's right. Well, I forgot. I got down here in 2018, and that was year one of Frost. So we got hired in the offseason of 2017.
Well,
And boy, did I get sold a bunch of malarkey on you're heading to Lincoln, the promised land, in the best of times. We've
Yep.
got to figure it out. That's a great time to be in Lincoln. It was, but for all the other sports, not football. Although football, I'm not going to bash on them too much. Thank you for, at the very least, going back-to-back bowling in 2 years in a row.
Well, the thing about it, about that in 2017 is like we know things didn't turn out the way we wanted it to and expected it to. But for one period of time during him being hired and leading up to the season, that was probably the most in unison that Nebraska, the fan base, and everybody had been in probably, 15 to 20 years. Well, maybe Bo Pelini. Bo Pelini, when he was hired, just that bringing back somebody of the kind of the, not say the old guard, but bringing him back, but just bringing Frost back, it just felt, everything felt right in the Husker universe. And people can say, what happened afterwards, forget that. But for like a good 3 or 4 month period when he was first hired, everything just felt right in Nebraska. It just like, even when he came out, I believe Nebraska had a basketball game a day after he was introduced as head coach, and they walked him out to like, he's coming home, and the scoreboards got all frosted. And I mean, I don't know, just everything felt right. And it's disappointing that things did not work out better for Scott, but it's definitely for that period, you could just feel that the unity of Nebraska, just the Nebraska atmosphere. So
Well, I think if I just double check it, because what you're saying is absolutely true. And I want to say that is the most watched video from the Nebraska Huskers YouTube page, was the Scott Frost introductory press conference. Now I want to double check for live streams anyways.
it was, I mean, it was huge. I mean, it was like the native sons returning home, the national championship quarterback, probably the guy that was anointed by Tom Osborne after, yes, Frank Solich was his choice, and he brought back Bo Pelini also, but the Scott Frost hire, you felt like that was something it was meant to be. So it's disappointing that things didn't work out better, but for a good 3-4 month period, man, everything felt right in Husker Nation.
They might have scrubbed it. Like, I don't even see it anymore. But I don't think last time I looked at it, I mean, it was in the millions of views, and
yeah,
you can find it like other people uploading it. I don't know if it's just because YouTube doesn't go that far back in terms of when it's harvesting its data, unless you're actually like logged in, but it's not pulling up on any of the Huskers.
Even the basketball when they introduced him at halftime. I think it was halftime or before the game. I can't remember which one it was, and then they put the Kent Pavelka talking about it on the radio, and it was like Scott Frost return, and it was just so like, I don't know, just for a period of time there, it just felt like I said, everything was right, and it was a cool feeling. It kind of had that throwback to that 90s feeling, so hopefully Nebraska can, attain some sort of that unity, going forward. We hold out hope every year, like with this season coming to an end. It's the off season, and we all know Nebraska dominates the off season. So look forward to another, successful off season of Nebraska recruiting and NIL and portal and all that great stuff. Hiring coaches.
I mean, apparently we got a bunch of money to throw around in the portal, and obviously you don't want to fix everything in there, but get some key pieces. I mean, I think some Husker fans are kind of starting to get out of the depths of their feelings. I can understand how you got there. I mean, that was a tough 2 weeks of watching Husker football, really just one after a bye week that you weren't anticipating, and then one versus your rival at home. And it was kind of hard to swallow. But I think Husker fans are starting to come back and realizing, like, no, we should not ever applaud losing 2 games, especially in that fashion. But it is good that we have another month of practice, another opportunity to put this team on TV in a way that's not, to be quite frank, like with your tail tucked between your legs.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 games, that's kind of what it looked like. Not saying that's what the guys were doing, but just the score. You get an opportunity, whether it's going to be Vegas, whether it's going to be I'm blanking on the other location. Vegas, and what's the other one that we're Music City Bowl?
Yeah, Music City Bowl in Nashville. Yep.
Yeah. So whether we get
So man, if they come to the Music City Bowl in Nashville, I mean,
it's a big deal.
I might have to cover it for 93.7 the ticket. I'm an hour and 15 minutes away. I could maybe be the caravan to pick up the 93.7 the ticket crew when they fly into the bowl game.
Honestly, that'd be great. We can just mail you the media passes and get it all ready.
I'll get it all set up. Yeah. Like I said, I'm an hour and 15 minutes away from the stadium, maybe even closer than that, actually. So yeah, Music City Bowl, I'm ready to go. Let me know what I need to do. I'm there.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not even taking that lightly. Like, we could definitely do something if it's in the Music City Bowl. That'd be awesome. You get the Raff perspective all day. Raff just goes live around the Music City Bowl.
Yeah, we've got transportation. We got the Raft. I don't know if I can say no free shout outs, but my car does have a nickname. It might be called Lift 7. So, we're ready to go, So yeah, just if we go Music City Bowl, we're connected. 93.7.
When you're giving people rides, are you just like turning on 93.7 the ticket for them and just like talking about how good of a radio station, acting like you're not associated with it, or what do you do?
Every once in a while, I kind of, what I do is I let the rider determine if we're going to talk, what we're going to talk about, if they want to talk about me, because a lot of people are like, oh, you're driving Lyft. What else do you do? And then I'll me, I don't talk about myself all that much. Mm-hmm. No, I'm like, well, I host a radio show at night from 9 to 10 and then they're like, oh, here in Alabama? I'm like, oh no, it's back in Lincoln. And then I give the information and I'm like, you can follow us on, Twitter and what do we got? Twitter and Facebook.
Well, oh, for one, it's X. It's not Twitter.
It'll always be Twitter to me. It's like
everyone. I've adopted calling it X, but a lot of people are stuck on Twitter.
It's like Mile High Stadium. I mean, it's in Power Field at Mile High, but I'll always be like Mile High Stadium, even though we'll be going to let's see here, 1, 2. We'll be going to the 3rd Mile High Stadium here in about 4 years, but it'll always be Mile High Stadium to me. But what's crazy about Pittsburgh is if you talk to AD, he probably still refer to, what is it, Accenture Field or whatever it is now. AD would probably still call it Heinz Field. Yeah.
Like, no one's going to be calling it whatever the hell that is. That's when the Lakers really upset me because it was like, it was the Staples Center. And even though that was like a business, like it was one of those that's been there so long, you didn't have problems with it. And it was like all these crappy cryptocurrency companies. And I'm like, ugh, like, can we knock it off with just like shamelessly selling out stadium names to these businesses that some are good, some are just bad, but and then it sits there for a few years and I couldn't tell you what it is now. I'd rather call it the Forum before I call it whatever the last Crypto Arena or something like that is what it's called. I can't remember. I still call it Staples or Forum.
You think Nebraska will ever sell the naming rights for Memorial Stadium or Bob Devaney Sports or John Cook Arena or the Bob Devaney Sports Center, John Cook Arena? I mean, you've got to think like Tennessee, they've sold their stadium naming rights. You'd have to think that Memorial Stadium, I mean, is there if they have a chance to make more money, if there's a company that would come in and be like the Duncan Stadium at Memorial or Duncan, what would it be called? The Dunkin'
Donuts at Memorial Stadium.
Well, I was thinking Duncan, like the airplane place there in Lincoln.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can see us maybe doing that. I hope not. The problem is what is everybody else doing? You get to the point of one school does it, they get the advantage. A few more schools do it. Now they all have the advantage over you in that regard. If we get to a point where everyone in the Big Ten is renaming their stadiums after sponsors, unfortunately, we'll probably fall in line. Yep. I don't know. What's more egregious, putting a sponsor on the field or naming a stadium a sponsor?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what.
Because one you hear, one you see.
If we ever see Berkshire Hathaway Memorial Stadium, I'm good with that all day long.
That one makes sense.
I mean, we're to a point now. I mean, we've seen the Lane Kiffin over the last couple of days. It's all about the money right now. I mean, that is everybody's trying to get as much money as they possibly can. So if there's ever that opportunity where Berkshire Hathaway wanted to put their name on Memorial Stadium, or heck, if they just wanted to put it over the whole entire university, Berkshire of University of Nebraska, I'm good with that, because we've seen how money is. I mean, money's always been a factor in college sports. Don't be wrong there, but it's going to points now that have never been seen. So if that ever would rise up, I'm all good with the Berkshire Hathaway at Memorial Stadium. Putting it down there right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most egregious thing. Like, to your point with coaches, the coach's salary is getting out of control, like flat out. Like, do you know how much of Lane Kiffin's salary is guaranteed?
I would probably most of it, I would guess 85 million of it, maybe
80% of it. So he's guaranteed $62.4 million.
That's but he didn't care about that. He was just all about the NIL money. And that was his press conference. That was the best. I don't know what I signed for, but Jimmy Sexton, I'm sure he took care of me. Yes, he took care of you. You'll be just fine. But at the end of the day, it's just crazy to watch how these universities and how these athletic departments are going about, making money. Like I can just see the Bob Devaney Sports Center, John Cook Arena. I can have it like a name on top of that, So I mean, if you have that opportunity to make money, you've almost got to take it. Even like naming rights, putting it on the court. I mean, it's easy money. I mean, if it's there for the take, and you've got to take it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't. I mean, you don't have, if you have how many millions of dollars? Oh, but 10 more million. Like, I don't have the money, so it's easier for me to sit here and say that's insane when $1 million would drastically change everything in my life. But that's where I don't understand how the number always still matters. Like, at what point are you satisfied? And that's always the burning question with, when these rich people keep chasing money.
That's the thing about these universities. You never can be satisfied, because once you're satisfied and you think you've got to that point, there's going to be another school. There'll be a Texas Tech. There'll be a Baylor. There'll be a Texas. There'll be a TCU. There'll be a Tennessee. There'll be another team that's going to try to outdo you. So right now it always is going to be more, and there's going to be different ways to do that. Like, it won't surprise me with Nebraska, with Memorial, with the Tom Osborne Field, that you'll see ads or whatever on, the 20, 25 yard line, it's money to be made. I mean, any possible way you've got to take it.
The problem is, it's money to be made so we can keep bumping up how much we're paying people.
Yep.
It's not money to be made to ensure that the university's nicer and all. Like, some of that, sure, but a lot of it's just so you compete with these hiring costs. And this will never happen. But it'd be great if there was some sort of rule for every, $5 million you spend on an athletic coach, X amount of that has to be put into, 10% of that cost has to go to all the students there and their tuition. You have to match 10%. Whatever that is. So if you got, $100 million that you're spending, you got a 10%, $10 million, you got to spread out to all the students there at the university and help pay for their tuition. Because that's where the stuff gets out of control for me, where it's like, yeah, athletes, sports, we are a university at the end of the day. We can't have millions of just all of our focus and energy on the sports thing. But I get it. It's the boosters that are giving that money, and they're saying, I want it for football. So you kind of got your hands tied there. But
so NIL is not just for athletics. Like, I guess NIL is all over the place. I guess if you have a guy or a girl at the university that's really good at chemistry or whatever, and they invent it's fair market. So I guess now it's just fair market for the athletes and stuff too. So I could,
it'll never happen. I just get blown away.
It's still got to be so weird to be like an incoming freshman that doesn't play sports, and you're coming from, a small town, say Hardington, and you're a freshman, you don't play sports, you're coming to college, you're working, maybe a part-time job at McDonald's or Burger King or something like that. And then the person sitting next to you, same exact age, same grade, coming from high school, is making $2 million sitting next to you. I mean, that's just wild. Just to think about that. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't got a problem with the players making the money. I wish they would do it in a better system. Like it's to me, it's never good. I don't care what age you get that money. If you're used to not having a bunch of money, and then you get handed a ton of money, and especially if you're a kid, like odds are you're not going to do well with it. Some do. Some deserve credit. I'm sure a lot don't. And I'm waiting for that 30 for 30 they did with the NFL, and it was called bankruptcy. I hope we don't ever see that with these younger athletes, but I do wonder if we'll get to a point where we do see that.
Oh, it happens, it happens in the NBA, it happens in the NFL, it happens to athletes. What happens is you get used to that money coming in. I mean, think of these college football players that in college, yeah, maybe they're $1 million player, but maybe their game does not go or add up to an NFL player. I mean, we've seen it, how a great college football player doesn't equal to a great NFL player. So you get used to this money, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're not getting it no more. And you're going to see in the next, I would say in the next, like you said, I'd say early as this year, playing, it's probably already happened, to be honest with you.
Sure.
Because there's probably been a player, that was making like, 200,000 or something like that. Then all of a sudden you get out of college and you don't get drafted, you don't sign a free agency, you don't get picked up by like the UFL, and all of a sudden that 200,000, the taxes take away. So 120, 130,000. Then you went out and you spent a lot of money because you thought you're going to have this money forever.
Yeah, you got a 2025, Hellcat, and you're sitting there like, boy, the interest rates on this are a lot, especially when I'm not pulling in the money anymore.
And the next thing you know, it's not there no more. And then you're trying to, maybe go sign autographs or something. But the thing about that with like Nebraska football over the years too, is like, there has been some apathy to that, to like, it's like, well, we've been sold kind of a bill of goods for like the last 20 years. The popularity, there's some former players that, still have their popularity, but there's a lot. You'll say, well, so-and-so is going to be signing autographs, and it's kind of that lukewarm, like, okay, yeah, maybe. But so, yeah, it's huge. Like I always talk about, just the successes that like Nebraska football, if like the NIL and all that's great at Nebraska. But I always, if Nebraska would ever get back to like a top 5, top 10 ranking, like to be in that top echelon of college football, you would see complete bonkers out of the state of Nebraska. Because right now, I wouldn't say that apathy is set into Nebraska football, but there's definitely the feels of there's not as many people that have the deep care for the football team as what there once was, just because for 25 years they've been sold a bill of goods of it hasn't quite lived up to what they've expected. And they've been told, year after year, this is our year. This is our year. Well, how many times can you tell fans that before they become numb to it? I hate to say it. It's like, I love Nebraska football, but I'm kind of numb to it. I like Iowa, that game, or, not so much the Iowa game, but the game before that.
Penn State.
I was numb. Like I was ready for it to be over. I was just like, just get this over with. And I had never felt really that way at a Nebraska football game, to where I was just like, just get done. And it just felt like the game was just dragging on. And I was like, man, this is a stinky feeling. I hate that feeling. So I hope
I'll be honest. Like I had that same feeling. I wouldn't call it apathy, but I was ready for the game to be over.
Yeah.
Penn State and Iowa. Like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, just get it done.
I don't want to watch bad football anymore. I don't want to watch us continue the streak of never beating a ranked opponent. What is it, like 27, 0-27, 0-28, 0-29, somewhere in that range. And it'd be one thing if we had one of those wins. right? You did beat a ranked opponent, but I mean, man, you are groveling in the dirt trying to find hope. And it's sad that, you did go 7-5. That should deserve some credit. But you would like to think last year's roster probably goes 7-5 as well with the schedule. And I don't want to be the schedule guy and only talk about, well, it's because of the schedule. They still went out and won the games. They deserve credit for that. But this was the first year in a long time to where, I enjoyed watching the games, but I kind of knew what I was getting. And I was like, we're not gonna, there's not gonna be this, hallelujah moment this year. I just know it's not gonna happen. Like, I'm watching the team as it's going on. I can hope for it. And I always pick Nebraska to win on the pregame shows because I'm never going to want to. I'm a Husker at heart. I'm always going to pick them to win. But boy, I could have told you, bad feeling heading into Penn State, even worse heading into Iowa. And then when it pans out exactly the way you think of, like, yep, I could have figured Nebraska's going to blow an opportunity to win a big game and put themselves on the map. It's not quite apathy, but it's not far from it. Or you're just like, I'll watch this game because I have to talk about it. But if I had a wife and kids, probably turn it off and go play with my kids because that's going to bring me more enjoyment. And it's just kind of a scary place to be. And to your point, 25 years, not even 20, just the last 20 years of really meandering football has put fans kind of in a tailspin.
And that's what I've always said, like you had these fans that are, like, I tell people all the time that Nebraska, the recruits that they've got over the last like 5 to 10 years, it's 10 times better than what they should be getting. I mean, they really have not put nothing on the scoreboard to be getting 4 and 5 star recruits. And then Nebraska continues to do that. That says a whole bunch for your program, your history, your people that are the people within. I mean, I give credit to Coach Rule. I will always give credit to what he's able to bring in here, because right now you can't fall back and be like, well, we win 10 games every year. We're winning Big Ten championships. We're this, we're that. And from an on-field perspective, there's really not much to say. Like, we're champions of the bad boy more bowl. I mean, that only lasts for so long, but that you're able to get the recruiting classes and the recruit and the players, and you're able to attract these 5-star players to come look at Nebraska. I mean, I will give props all day long, to Coach Rule and that staff, because I keep on saying Nebraska is a different place, because if there's any other school in the country that are putting up what Nebraska has over the last, 10 years, 8 years, 7, whatever it's been, there, or 10, probably 10, you're not getting sellouts, or you're not, some people be like, oh, the sellout streak's you're not going to sell those tickets. You're not going to have players come visit. So that Nebraska is able to stay relevant. That's always been impressive to me. But what scares me is how long can you continue that? Because I feel like Nebraska's really pressed its luck for like the last, 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, and then the Kurt Signetti's popping up into the world don't help. Comparison is the thief of joy. When you're looking at, Mr. Google Me, you're like, damn. Yeah. Like, I just, you really sit there as Husker fans, and it's not fair. Indiana, they got lucky. I mean, good job. You hired him, but they weren't thinking they were going to get the next best thing since sliced bread. I mean, they hired a guy out of James Madison, like, cheap guy. We don't have crazy expectations, but, he's been winning at James Madison. We don't think he'll make our program any worse. And then he comes over there and makes you one of the programs in the entire college football land. That stuff's that's about as rare as the Miami Heat making it all the way to the championship game as a play-in. The first year the play-in existed. Like, you're just not going to see that. It typically does take time. And, the one thing that Kurt Signetti did was just bring those James Madison guys that were winning with him. So he already he didn't really have to build everything up. With Rule, he came here with the guys that were already here, and he's been building it up. This is not me saying, oh, it's never going to happen, Husker fans. Like, let's just all be done. But you're itching for a sign, like a big sign. Back-to-back bowling is certainly a step in the right direction, but you're kind of waiting for that big one to really say there's something going here. Nebraska might actually be coming back.
And you've got to keep your expectations. I mean, that's the big thing too, is like I guess if that's what Nebraska's happy with is getting to a lower tier bowl game every year, okay, that's what they're happy with. But it's like I look at these teams like Oklahoma, for instance. I mean, say what you want, Brent Venables was on the hot seat at Oklahoma. Like he was there. He had arrived on the hot seat. And he's put up a pretty darn good year. They're going to make it into the college football playoff. Most likely, I would say 99% if they won it. I mean, but you've got to keep those expectations. And that's the scape of college football. I mean, you're seeing how fast coaches are let go now, or they're moving on to something new. I mean, nobody likes it, but that's just the way college football is built now. You got a bunch of players that are on, basically they're on 1-year contracts. You have a new roster almost every year. You got the portal. You got people that are leaving to go to other schools. You've got other schools trying to get your players. So it's almost that NFL perspective. You have that 1 year. You've got to put things together. Those times of like, I mean, Nebraska's special. Like Coach Rule, like he's 3 years in, and hopefully he can pull off a victory in the bowl game and get an 8-win season. I mean, that'd be huge. But going into year 4 and being that you've only finished one game above 500 is the best that you finished, because we were one game over 500 last year with the bowl win, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, we're going to need a little bit more out of you. We're going to need a little bit, it's just, and it's not just Nebraska fans being unfair. That's just the way college football is now.
I think it's a fair point. And with that being said, we are over the clock. We got to throw it to break here. This is Raff's Good Take on Sports, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Are you tired of your usual barbershop experience? Stop into Scissors and Scotch today. I know what you're thinking. Drink during a haircut? Don't worry. First comes the precision cut from one of their experienced barbers, followed by your complimentary cocktail in their upscale lounge. Scissors and Scotch blends your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. And now you can earn $10 off by simply mentioning the ticket. And if you're an existing member, still mention the ticket for an exclusive offer. Offer valid at Lincoln location only. Scissors and Scotch, located just south of 30th and Yankee Hill, and online at lincoln.scissorscotch.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back in. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got Chris Raff streaming in. We got about 6 minutes here as we went a little long in the first one. Got my feelings a little bit there, Chris Raff. All right, segment number 2. Floor is yours.
Okay, I got a question for the listeners, for you, Harrison. College football playoff. The rankings were announced again tonight. This is the question I have. I know I'm down in Alabama, so maybe I'm partial and stuff like that. But if Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC championship game, do they deserve a first-round bye in a top 4 ranking?
No. I don't know. When you get to these conference championship games, like, they shouldn't matter, which is kind of tough because they decide a lot of times who's going to get in, but you run into the circle of, like, do you want to punish a team who's in but then goes to a conference championship game and loses? And then does some other team slide up? Or, you know, because you want to, like, not punish teams for it, but then can you reward them?
Well, that's where I'm sitting at, because I was going to bring up the other end of the spectrum. If Alabama loses to Georgia, are they out of the playoff? Because they'll have 3 losses.
I think you keep them in there, and that's why I don't think you can elevate or remove either one. I think they're kind of locked in. That's the part of this playoffs that's still a little bit broken, because you have the Duke situation, right? Where if Duke at 7-5 wins, ACC's out, and then probably 2 group of 5 schools make it in. That's not right. Like, we got to tweak that still.
Yeah, it's wild. I was thinking about that tonight with Alabama. I was like, if they win, I mean, they win the SEC championship, and SEC Big Ten are talked about as the two best conferences in college football. So if they win the SEC, they probably should deserve a bye, even though they have 2 losses. But then you look back on the other hand, like you said, if they lose, are they out of it, or do they remain where they're at? I mean, it's very it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Like I was a little bit surprised, I'll be honest with you, that Mississippi moved up. Looking back, at Florida State a few years back, how they were punished by losing their starting quarterback. So I was like, will the committee punish Ole Miss not having their head coach? But they came out and said that Charlie Weiss Jr. is going to remain the offense coordinator. So I don't know if that helped a little bit, being that they're keeping the continuity with the play calling there. But as I look at that, though, how much of a game was called by Charlie Weiss Jr. and how much of the game's called by Lane Kiffin? Like sometimes you have the name offense coordinator, but the head coach is the one calling the plays.
Right.
So yeah, I was curious to see what they do with Mississippi, and that they moved them up a spot. Kind of surprised me a little bit. I thought if anything they might move down just for the fact that they lost Kiffin, and we've seen what the committee had done with Florida State in the previous, what is that, 3 years ago now. But then I was thinking with Alabama, I was like, do they deserve to move from 9 up to 4 if they beat Georgia? I mean, I think there's an argument that could be made for Alabama. I know there's other teams that are in front of them right now, but being that they won the SEC championship, I guess, will they come out with something and say championship games don't count against you? But that's hard to do because you have the eye test. So I don't think you could ever say that. But then on the other hand, it's like, how can you punish a team for playing in the championship game and then reward a team for not playing in it? I guess that's sort of like, Nebraska have years gone by, back to that 62-24 debacle. But,
yeah, versus Wisconsin, I think.
Oh, Colorado. That was.
Oh, you're going that far back.
I was going back to where Colorado beat Nebraska, and then Nebraska ended up getting into the title game against Miami that year, even though they got beat by Colorado. Yeah. Hey, we'll take it. It was fun. It was a fun Rose Bowl. Great trip. So no complaints there. But it's definitely a lot of questions. Because I just
right now, Miami feels like they should be in, but they're not.
Yeah.
Like they're on the outside looking in, which is crazy, because if I had to pick a team like Miami, and then you got a school like Texas, who I don't think they could get in. They're sitting there at 13. I don't know what craziness. I'm pretty sure they're locked out for sure.
Well, if Alabama loses, I would assume that they'll be out.
But to me, that's ridiculous, because you're playing freaking Georgia,
and you're playing in the championship game.
So how are you going to seriously punish them for being?
They're going to be punished for 3. They'll be punished for 3 losses. So
I see that's where this is broken. Like, because what you don't want to do is eliminate the conference championship game, and you don't want to do it where like it's just a purely point system. But clearly,
if you're Alabama right now, I'd be like, hey, we've won plenty of SEC championships. Maybe we just call it good this year and we'll just sit tight and ready for the playoff to begin. But then they'd be punished for that, because they'd be like, oh, you're afraid to play Georgia. So it's like it's wild. And just looking at all the different scenarios and how they could possibly play out. I mean, it's crazy. And those gentlemen and ladies that are sitting in that room making selections, I thought when they went to 12 teams, it's like, oh, they're not going to run into any dilemmas because you're going to get. But we're going to have dilemmas. There's going to be a team or two left out that's going to be saying, hey, we should have probably been in the playoff this year. So then I guess you're going to see it probably go, to more teams, I would think, in the next couple of years.
Yeah, well, I mean, Duke has the opportunity, as I mentioned, to be the biggest spoiler in all this and just make the playoffs look silly by taking out, there's going to be plenty of those schools in the ACC that you would take over whatever Group of 5 school gets the nod. It'd probably be like a James Madison, maybe. Great school, but, are they better than, say, a Miami Probably not. Obviously you'd have to watch the game, but I don't know. Are you rooting for the madness that Duke beats Virginia and then nobody gets in out of the ACC?
I'm always rooting for chaos because I always like to see how people deal with it when it happens. So yes, I guess I would like to see that kind of chaos develop. I'm curious to see, how they handle the Alabamas of the world. How does that play out for them? I mean, it's crazy, and it's going to get crazier. And I believe Sunday night, I believe they announced the final. I think it is the final rankings are that Sunday night. I think they come out earlier, so you're going to see, you're going to know what's going to happen right then and there. And then, yeah, I'm excited to see how it all plays out. But yes, I do love the chaos. Like Indiana, Ohio State, for instance. Does the loser of that game, do they fall out of the top 4?
I don't think you can do that with those two. I think they stay firm because they got enough on their schedule because they both have played ranked opponents all year.
Yeah.
Highly ranked opponents. And those ranked opponents have not really fallen since when they initially played them. So I think those guys will be locked no matter what.
You would think.
Well, I think that the one thing, Raff, I do think you're onto something. They didn't put those Longhorns at 13 for no reason.
Oh, yeah.
Outside looking in. I think they're... But, I mean, Bama's a big name, too, so you wouldn't want to kick out Bama just to put in Texas. But Texas is the bigger name.
But I think you'll have they'll be like, well, they lost 3. They lost 3. I think that because the talk of a 3-loss team getting in, they didn't think that was going to happen. But now we're right on the precipice of the potential of a possible 3-loss team making the playoff.
We thought it was fixed. Not quite here yet. It's better, I will say. It is certainly better than just the 4. As we watched an undefeated Florida State team get bounced out, and it was just the 4.
But look at it's Texas and what's the other team? Miami.
Yeah.
See, this is a weird year. Could Texas or Miami win the national championship?
I don't think Texas could. Miami might. Miami's roller coaster, but they look really good at times.
See, I mean, that's the thing is the big thing was they didn't want to leave a team out that had, the possibility of winning a title. And then you thought going down 12 teams, you'd be like, well, the top 5 or 6 have a shot and the other 6, maybe if they get lucky or whatever. But you can honestly make a case for just about every team that Notre Dame at number 10, for instance, they're very well coached, as Nick Sainert would attest to. So, yeah, it's Texas A&M at 7. It's going to be wild, but that's what we wanted. We wanted a fun, good playoff with great matchups, and you're definitely going to see that come Sunday night when they're announced. And then I'm guessing you're going to have a few schools that are upset that they're not in that top 12.
Yeah, you'll see the tweets. People will be calling for it. People will be calling for a conspiracy, regardless of what ends up shaking out. But we got to throw it to break. We'll get Raff's good take on the final side of things. 93.7 Ticket. Don't go anywhere.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you gotta come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com. Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney location. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back in. Final segment, Raff's Good Take on Sports. I don't know why I started yelling the intro of that one, but I did. All right, Chris Raff, what do you got for the people, the fine people of Lincoln, Nebraska today for your good take?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to Giving Tuesday. Today was the national kind of the giving where you can give to your community, nonprofits, stuff like that. It's always cool to see how Lincoln and Nebraska, how people come together for people. It's always big. Give to Lincoln Day that we do in late May, how that happens every year and how big that is. And just to see, I'm sure there was a lot of donations that were made today for Giving Tuesday. So I just wanted to thank everybody that participated in Giving Tuesday. It's just awesome to see Lincoln and just how people come together for people. So everyone who participated in Giving Tuesday, you guys are Raff's Good Take.
Yeah, that's a great one. Anybody who's just being nice and doing extra this time of year deserves a lot of flowers. You hear it all the time, but it's absolutely true. Holidays are the best and worst of times, depending on where you at. If you're struggling financially and you got a family of kids, that's a stressful time, because you don't want to be that parent that feels like they can't, give their kids the Christmas that they want or so on, or even just have a good meal on Thanksgiving. I know Muchacho, shout out Nick. Nick is one of the most community guys you'll go out and find. And what he did on Give to Lincoln Day, or not Give to Lincoln Day. I can't remember what you call it. Well, it's just Thanksgiving, right? He served so many meals, and that's where Matt Rule, like, you appreciate it when he comes in here and he kind of embraces the community and says, look at this awesome thing that Nick's doing for the community, and he kind of helps him out. It's big because you just don't know how bad some people are struggling, and oftentimes a lot of people that are struggling will kind of bear a smile on their face because they don't want you to know. But you put out those services for those people, and they can get that help and kind of do so incognito if they want to. But it's a really big thing to remember other people during the holidays. Hang out with your family, tell them you love them. But then after that, look out for your neighbors as well. And anything you can do to, just build up that community to make it better is well worth it. That's my good take. That's a great one, Raff.
Well done. Well done. We've
All
done
right.
it again.
Fastest hour in radio. No, that's not us. That was the black shirt, I think, is what they call that one. All
I
right,
think
Raff.
I think he stole that from me though, way back in riffing with Raff and AD. But I won't bring up the tape or anything. But I believe that was a Terrell Farley thievery of Mr. Raff and AD. But I won't take him to court or anything. But we could go back in the archives. I think he stole that from me.
That, you know what? I think you're right. Because I remember that with Raff and AD. You might not need the money, but I'll, Farley, get ready, buckle up for court. I could get you on one. I would for that show. So maybe I'll make a little bit of money.
As we talk about Giving Tuesday and being nice to each other, Farley, we're going to court. No, I love TF. He can steal it all he wants. One of the best people, one of the greatest players in Nebraska history, for sure.
Yeah, and he's actually one of those people that did everything that we just said. He gives back to the community. That is Chris Raff. I am Harrison Arns. Appreciate everybody listening. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night, but don't go anywhere. We got 2 more shows left. Morning Personnel, DP, all in the next couple of hours right here.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years.